one. Mark, you must be delighted with that performance.
Yeah, I was, yeah. 77 points, summing up the season. 77 points is points off the club record. We're happy with that. Obviously we'd have liked more, but really good today. Both had chances. We're a little bit too open in the second half. They had nothing to play for. It was quite an open game. I thought we played some really good stuff, some really good performances off players who haven't played as much as they would have liked, and they showed me that, they showed a lot of people today that we've got a quality squad of players.
Which players were you particularly pleased with?
All of them, but that was Harry's day, start for us in the league. I thought he was outstanding. Keith, they all were. Keith, I thought Scotty Brown took a couple of really good catches when we were under pressure. I thought Jeff was outstanding. They all were. Jermaine, Bags when he came on was a threat. It just shows what a good squad of players we've got. Steve McLean was a constant menace to them and to their fans, and thought we thoroughly deserved to win. And it just puts us in a good frame of mind for the next couple of games now.
And considering 5 of your senior players not playing even in the squad, you've got some interesting decisions to make.
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah, but it was done with a purpose. We made 7 changes. Alan Bennett hasn't travelled. He's gone back to Ireland, had a couple of days to himself with his family. Russ and Stevie, for me, just needed a little breather. Stevie's got stronger and stronger, but we need to keep our big players on ready for the next couple of games. And we've had a quietish week. We've tried to tone it down this week. The boys who've played today have worked extremely hard to building up for today. But the rest of the players had a little breather with a view to going again on Tuesday. We need to pick ourselves back up, increase the tempo of training, intensity, and in short bursts, but make sure that we are fully up to speed on next Sunday.
And anything in Luke Garbutt having to come off?
Just such a cramp, hopefully. It's a little twinge in his hammy, and it's something we're going to have to be mindful of. We're going to have to keep our eye on, and we have to look at. But it was just, he felt it when he made it. I thought he was outstanding today, by the way. He made a great run, and he just felt it, and he was always coming straight off. There was no point risking him. That's the risk you run sometimes of. We made 7 changes. We couldn't really make any more to keep the balance of the side, and some of them had to play, and I'm sure he'll be fine.
That's Steve McLean's first goal. He must be pleased with the goal. Any comments on the celebration?
Probably not the wisest thing to do, but I fully understood it. He got some stick here. He got some unwarranted stick in my opinion. It didn't work out for him today, and they were booing him from the off, and I think he answered it with his performance. I thought his performance was, he worked his socks off. He had a bite about him. Scored a goal, could have had a couple more, and he was a threat. And that's what happens when supporters have a go at you. Sometimes it can spur you on, and I think it did that today.
You now know it'll be Torquay. Torquay obviously have just narrowly missed off. You finished the season with 2 good performances, 2 wins. Will that make any difference to how players go into the playoffs?
Our spirit's really good. Our confidence is high. I don't think. I always said, 3 or 4 weeks ago, whoever gets there, I don't think form comes into it. I think it's just 2 games of football where, if you lose in the first game, you haven't got to chase it. You haven't got to do anything stupid, because it's 180 minutes of football, not 90. So it's a different look, if you like. So I don't think it'll make any great deal of difference. I think Martin we know how good they are, we know how strong they are, and organised and defensively sound, and they've got some quality players. We know that, but so have we. So it will make an entertaining game. We drew with them away, and we got beat at home 1-0. So we've got to try and put that right. But we'll have a decent journey back home now with 3 points, and then we'll just the staff will do everything to make sure everything's right for Tuesday when we come back in.
And over the 46 games, obviously we've still got the playoffs to go, but over the 46 games, yes, you would have liked more, but it's still been a fantastic season. Yeah,
it has. Yeah, it's been brilliant. I think we've won 50% of the games we've played, and that's some achievement. I don't think there's too many teams who you know, even above us. There's only 4 or 5 who've won the same amount, you know, and more. So, you know, we had a little blip in March where we didn't pick up any points out of 7 games, and I don't know how many points we've ended up out of it. So we'd have set up for the playoffs at the start of the season by a million miles. So we've just got to go into it. We're confident. The lads are looking strong, looking fit, and we'll have a good week now.
Mark, thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Mark, if you get to a long way off here, but if you get to the finals, I think Luke Garbett is likely to be able to play because of his England. Have you got any ideas on that at the moment?
I've made contact with Everton, and we're speaking again on Tuesday. We'll just see how he is, John. It's not. I don't think it'd be a problem.
Yeah. Do you sort of know roughly what your team is going to be next week, or is there all sorts of places to grab now after that?
Listen, I know I've got a lot of good players in my squad, and I've shown that today. I'll pick a team that I think's right, and I've just said to them, you know, we're not going to. They've been really professional all season. They've not moaned. There's not been any friction amongst the camp when, you know, people have been not selected, and they all know to achieve anything you've got to have a bigger squad, and we've got that. We've got a good, strong, competitive squad. And I'm happy enough, you know, I'll pick the team that I think's right, and you know, none of them are going to fall out about anything now. 1 or 2 are going to be disappointed, of course they are, and rightly so. But you know, we've been in it together since day one, since the day we got back for pre-season training, and that'll be the case now for the next couple of games.
Yeah, 77 points. I mean, compared to last year, massive strides. I mean, you've still got the playoffs to look forward to. But what do you think is the key to that big progression?
Better players. Better manager, you know, learn all the time, and we've got them a bit of momentum at the right time, you know, and we're really pleased with how it's gone. You know, teams with a little bit of disappointment that we haven't, you know, we put ourselves in a great position, but I think we've finished strongly. I think we've shown that we deserve to be where we are, and. You know, the league table doesn't lie after 46 games, so we're happy, and like I say, we just hopefully we can do it through the playoffs.
Yeah, and you know firsthand that is the best way to do it. If you can do it that way, it's the best way to go up.
Yeah, of course it is, but you know, there's a long way to go. We just said, you know, Wembley's miles away at the moment. It's in the horizon. There's no point thinking about that. There's no point talking about that. We've got 2 really tough games against Torquay, and they'll be just that. They'll be decent footballing encounters. Both teams play, and we've got to go there. Well, it's got to come to our place. We've got to just go and be positive like we are, and go and do what we've done for the majority of the season. And if we do that, you know, we have a chance.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, John.
Cheers. Thanks.